ask you now, there is some state of flux. We are in limbo.
Yeah.
We don't know what the next step will be. But what do you surmise? What do you think? What do you conjecture the Supreme Court will do on a matter like this? You've worked on the fine print as far as the technical aspects, the law is concerned. So you believe in this bill, you are sticking to the tenets of the law. And that is exactly what the Supreme Court is supposed to test, the constitutionality of what you've done. Do you think it will pass the test before the Supreme Court?
It won't, because let me...
You don't think it will pass the test before the Supreme Court? Or you mean...
No, the action will fail.
The action brought by Mr. Scott.
Yes, and let me show you why. Yes, let me show you why.
Okay.
Go to Article 106.11. It says, without prejudice to the power of Parliament to postpone the operation of a law, a bill shall not become law until it has been duly passed and assented to in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution, and shall not come into force unless it has been published in the Gazette. So what is before, what Richard Sky has proceeded against in the Supreme Court is actually work in progress.
Okay.
It's Parliament's act in progress. Under Article 2.1, A and B, you can proceed to the Supreme Court to challenge the constitutionality of an act of Parliament or an enactment passed by Parliament as being unconstitutional, stating all your grounds.
Right.
Or in B, an act that Parliament has performed a certain function, and that function threatens the breach of the Constitution or actually threatens or actually breach the Constitution. So which act do you speak of? The fact that Parliament has passed a law, passed a bill into a law, it's no law yet.
So from where you sit, based on this technicality, you feel you've been categorical.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be that categorical and say that it will fail? You are not a justice.
It will fail because the law is very clear.
You are not the justice of the Supreme Court.
Hold on.
The beauty about the technicality of the law is that you can have a Lord Denning, a Lord. You can have two different.
Yes, Lord Atkin and all. They can
look at it.
Lord Gov.
Divergent opinions. Right.
Yes.
You sit here as a lawyer and you say this, but the justices of the Supreme Court can differ in opinion.
That's why it's the law.
To say categorically that it will fail.
That's the beauty of the law. I can sit here and speak in that manner. If they disagree with my position, that's all fair. But let me ground my position again on law. Last year, Dr. Amanda Audrey actually proceeded to the Supreme Court.
Professor Gachepo? Is that?
No. Okay. Amanda Audrey, there's another lady.
Okay.
She was among those who submitted the over 200 memoranda against the bill. When we invited memoranda last year and we interrogated them, she was among them. She proceeded to the Supreme Court to actually ask the Supreme Court to injunct Parliament from proceeding to consider the bill. And the Supreme Court said, a bill before a Parliament cannot be stopped from performing its functions. All right? A bill is not a law that the Supreme Court can be asked to pronounce on. So already there's a Supreme Court decision in place that says that a bill is not a law that Supreme Court can be asked to pronounce on. All right? So I am basing my argument on a decision given by the court itself just last year. Not 2 years ago, not 5 years ago, just last year. So as we speak, the bill is a bill. It's not received assent within the remit of Article 108.11. It's not being gazetted. Indeed, Parliament can actually, after all this, suspend the operation of the law, like we did in, I think, the VAT value added tax and the luxury tax. You remember? Right. We passed the law, we suspended it. In fact, the right to information law, when we passed it, we suspended it for a year because the fiscal impact analysis determined that we would need about 700 million Ghana cedis to be able to implement it in the first year. We didn't have that money. So we delayed this operation and allowed government to find the money before that institution was set in motion.
So again, you expect the Supreme Court,
to throw this away.
To throw Richard Sky's suit
in limine, ab initio.
Away.
Ab initio.
Because it doesn't have a grounding in the law.
The course of action is premature. And all these it is part of the calculated, in the scheme of this, part of the calculated steps to frustrate Parliament.